Hi everyone, good morning. My name is Menachem Creditor. I serve as Scholar in Residence for UJ Federation of New York, and we come to you every weekday morning at 9 o'clock in the morning for some words of Torah, a little bit of music, a little bit of hope, and certainly a chance for us to be together. It has been an incredible experience to gather here together for these many days in a row. It's been months, and so I think this might be our 60th broadcast. And that means that there's a lot of Torah to share, and it is an incredible experience to share it with you. I'm grateful that we do this. So let's start together. Let's start with some learning. I'm using a different screen so I can see your responses, just so you know. So it's nice to see you, Ronnie. If I'm looking away from you, it's not because I'm looking away from you. I'm looking at you down over there. David, it's good to see you. Hi, Stacy. All right, let's start with a blessing for learning. Kim, Shirley, Andy. It's like romper room, magic mirror. Who do I see? Here we go. לעסוק בדברי תורה, לעסוק בדברי תורה, הפוך בה והפוך בה, לעסוק בדברי תורה. תדיה לי 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 לי, תדיה לי לי לי, תדיה לי 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 לי, So, hi everyone. It is really good to be together again. And I remain in shock no matter how many times we do this, that at 9:03 in the morning, 97 of us are willing and excited to show up. So thank God we're doing this. Thank God we have this opportunity. And to those in the IT department at UJA, thank you for suggesting that I use a second device so that I could actually see what is possible and who is responding. So, I wanted to premise what I'm about to say with the recognition that Torah and Jewish learning and connectivity don't erase what's wrong in the world. So I didn't see who said, I'm trying to let in the sun this morning. I'm right next to a very, very bright light coming through my window. And I know that in that light are countless people who are in pain, and countless people who are taking care of us, and countless protesters who have been reminding us what democracy looks like. It is complicated because in this moment, we might disagree about details of the world, but we see the parts that are wrong and we want it to be better. So how can I be allowed to enjoy the sunshine? How can I have the privilege, and it truly is a position of privilege, to choose to take this time, to have a home in which to sit, to have the technology and the support with which to make it work, to have a guitar, and to be empowered to use my voice, and to have others with whom I can connect. There's something incredibly important about recognizing this privilege, that I can connect with my friend Jonathan all the way in Krakow, and my colleague Hetty, who's, maybe a mile away. At the same time, is an incredible opportunity not to take life for granted, but to sit from a position of what must be named privilege. I've said many times over the last few days that because I've never had to have the conversation with my sons, the way black parents have to have that conversation with their sons, I have a lot to learn. So I don't teach Torah as if I know the answers to these huge questions, or as if I can erase or answer the problems that really beset our entire society. I learn Torah so that I can learn how to listen well. I learn Torah so I can see where we came from, where the growth that we have had as a people started. Many people in my Jewish education over the years use the phrase Torah true. I want to explain what I mean by that. Torah true is used sometimes to describe people who lead a fastidious, observant life. And kol hakavod, all the respect to them and that understanding. But the Torah itself is a revolutionary document in its time. The Torah responded and rejected so much of what was happening outside in the world. And that meant that the Torah saw something that was wrong, articulated a better way, and called for justice, and ends with the reminder at the end of the book of Deuteronomy that when a question comes up that is too baffling for the judges, that is too baffling for the law as it exists and the Torah as written, you're supposed to approach the judges of your day and ask for a new ruling, meaning the Torah presumes that it is not the last word when it comes to pursuing justice. And so no law should see itself as equaling justice. The law should see itself as striving for justice. So too, when we learn Torah, especially this week, especially about issues of sotah and nazir and kohen, that means sotah, the case of a woman who is suspected of adultery without any evidence by her husband, and the ordeal that she was forced to go through. Does that sound like justice to you? A nazir, someone who takes upon themselves to abstain from any kind of alcohol or cutting their hair and is so elevated to a level of holiness. But the rabbis saw that as an inadequate way of being holy. It is removing myself from the world. And so the rabbis despised the practice of becoming a nazir and in fact found a way of countering even that vow. And the final section that I named, so that was sotah, nazir, and kohen, the kohen is a priest. The priesthood is a very complicated institution within Jewish tradition. Priesthood is not something I earn. Priesthood is based on who my father is and was, tracing all the way back to Aaron the high priest. Now, what did I do to earn that role? That's more about monarchy than the meritocracy. We achieve roles of leadership by earning them, not inheriting them. And so the priest in this week, the Torah portion, is called to offer a blessing. And it's a blessing that we know. I think I might have shared this just yesterday. I always love showing that I can do what Mr. Spock taught me. Right? This is how the priest blesses. And if you've ever been to a Jewish cemetery, many headstones for Kohanim who have died have this etched in them. It's an incredibly powerful symbol of blessing. The priest is called to stand before the people and offer a blessing that now many of us offer our children. And on high holidays, the priest offers the community. It starts with Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God protect you, bless you and protect you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May God's light shine upon you and grace you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha. May God lift up God's face to you. V'yasem lecha shalom, and give you peace. There's no deeper blessing than those things. It's the blessing from the priest. May you be safe. May you be graced. May you see the light. May you be protected. Now, what I want to say is that the Torah expects the priest to offer that blessing. What is really incredible to think about is that the rabbis, much later in time, remember, by the time there was a rabbi, priests already lost their privileged position because the temples had been destroyed, and that's where the priests had more authority. Today there might be a privileged position in some communities for a priest, but it no longer is a rank of authority. The priests, before they offer the Yevarechecha today, the rabbis instituted a blessing as a preamble. And that blessing is incredibly, incredibly important and could show us the way forward if only we would hear it. They start with Baruch, the way a blessing typically begins, and they say, Asher kitshanu b'kedushato shel Aharon. You imbued us, you made us holy with the holiness of Aaron, our ancestor, v'tzivanu, and commanded us, Levarech et amo Yisrael be'ahava. You commanded us to bless the people with love. And so there have been commentators over time that say, If a Kohen does not embody love and does not deserve love from their community, they no longer have the right to offer the blessing. We turned an inherited position and rank into something someone must earn, and the trust they must earn, and the affection they must earn, the feelings they must engender. Leaders should engender feelings of safety and grace and peace and love. Otherwise, what are they doing there? And why do we have them there? No one has their role because it's inherited or a given. They have to earn it. There's a really beautiful twist on that last part of the blessing that I wanted to share. Levarech et Amo Yisrael b'Ahava. One commentator suggests, and Rabbi Jonathan Sachs quotes this in a writing he did this week, that it is God's love that commanded us to bless each other. The priest is not the source of blessing, whereas the priest does this, like Mr. Spock. The priest is not the source of the blessing. The priest is the conduit for the blessing. Only by being conduits for blessing do we bring any of God's love into this world. Friends, that's why I'm sharing Torah, and I think that's why we're coming together. I'm asking for us to think about what it means to stand together as vessels for blessing. And the only way we earn the right to stand as a vessel for blessing is by being worthy of love and by showing it to others. By making sure that that earning of love includes providing for safety and dignity for all human beings. So I wanted to bless you, if I'm worthy to be a conduit for it, that you should bless somebody else today. That we as a people, the Jewish people, we here in America, anywhere, see ourselves as conduits for more blessing, more safety, more peace in the world. That's something we have to earn. I believe we're up to it because none of us is disqualified. All of us are created in the image of God. Every human being is an embodiment of God's holy potential. So let's treat each other that way, knowing that the person you see who you've never met, the person you disagree with, every person, black, white, gay, straight, woman, man, every kind of human being there is the image of God, deserving of and a vessel for God's love. So, bracha everybody. Let's sing our way out. Oh, you know what? Let's sing a blessing that I just mentioned, the Yivarechecha. I don't know if you know it, this tune is by Rick Recht. Yivarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha Ye'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka Yisa Adonai panav elecha ve'yasem lecha shalom Yivarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka Yisa Adonai panav elecha ve'yasem lecha shalom ve'yasem lecha shalom. Bless you all, everybody. See you tomorrow at 9 o'clock.